So hi everyone, welcome to today's class. So today we are going to study about Amazon Kinesis Data Firehose, and this is one of their streaming services that allows us to transfer all of our data that is going through the stream into four different destinations. So we will be able to send all of our data to S3. We will also be able to send all of our data to Redshift for any kind of analysis. We can send all of our data to uh, Splunk for enterprise monitoring as well as enterprise logging. And we can also send all of our data to Elasticsearch for any kind of log analytics and so on, right? So let us look at all of its features and let us understand this particular service in its depth. So let's get started. So Amazon Kinesis Data Firehose is the easiest way to reliably load streaming data into data lakes or data stores, and also analytics tools such as Redshift and so on. It can capture, it can transform all of your data using Lambda functions, and it can also load all of your streaming data into Amazon S3, Redshift, Elasticsearch Service, and Splunk. So these are four different services that you'll have to remember going into the exam that Kinesis Data Firehose supports. It also enables you real-time analytics with existing business intelligence tools, and you can also use this in accordance with Kinesis Data Analytics. So when we studied yesterday about Kinesis Data Analytics, what we had in our architecture was we had an input stream, and then we had sent all of our data to Kinesis Data Analytics, and then we had sent all of that data into an output stream. And now today from that output stream, we'll be sending all of that data into Kinesis Data Firehose to be stored durably in Amazon S3. Right? So it is a fully managed service in the sense that you don't have to take care of the underlying infrastructure, and it automatically scales to match the throughput of your data, and it requires no ongoing administration. So we are also going to see some of its use cases, probably 4 use cases that would be really important for us to understand regarding Kinesis Data Firehose. So it can also do some kind of batching, batch processing, compression formats into different formats such as Apache Parquet or Apache ORC format in order to, store it for much lesser cost, right? And also reduce the amount of storage. You can also use Lambda functions in order to transform your data before storing the data. You can also encrypt the data before you go ahead and load it into that respective destination. So you can use your own KMS key encryption over here, or probably you can choose the encryption key that Kinesis Data Firehose already provides you with, right? Which is AWS's managed key, but you can also present your own customer managed key, right? So you can also configure your delivery stream to automatically convert the incoming data into different columnar formats such as Parquet and ORC before the data is delivered to S3 for cost-effective storage and analytics. And you will have to configure a glue job, a glue database, a glue table in order to do this transformation, right? In order to convert it into a different format than what format you are sending it in. And with Kinesis Data Firehose, you only pay for the amount of data that you transmit through the service, and if applicable for the data format conversion, but there is no minimum fee or any kind of setup cost to get started. Right? So now this is how Kinesis Data Firehose works. So you have an input which sends all of your data to Kinesis Data Firehose. You can use the Kinesis agent in order to do that, or even the Kinesis producer library will also be able to do that, or you can go ahead and configure a data stream in order for you to do that, right? So once you send all of your data to Kinesis Data Firehose, it prepares and loads all of the data continuously into the destinations that you choose. You can also choose to have a Lambda function over here that transforms all of your data. And at the same time, you can go ahead and encrypt all of your data before it's sent to any one of these destinations. So you can go ahead and send it to S3 for durable storage. You can send it to Redshift for any kind of analytics. And if you go through the last section of this particular course for real-time scenarios, you will see a situation where we will be using QuickSight for dashboarding, and you can also use Redshift and S3 as one of its sources. Right? You can also send all of your data to Elasticsearch Service for any kind of log analytics or enterprise logging solution. You can send all of your data to Splunk, which is again an enterprise logging and monitoring solution, where you can go ahead and create real-time dashboards and alerts and so on. So let's look at some of the use cases. So you can use IoT analytics by loading all of your data for backup purposes into S3 for durable storage, and also at the same time load all of your data into Redshift clusters in order to go ahead and do any kind of OLAP queries on the data. You can go ahead and configure clickstream analysis as one of your use cases, where you can stream billions of small messages that are compressed and encrypted through Firehose into Elasticsearch as well as Redshift. From there, you can aggregate and filter and process the data And also you can refresh the performance dashboards in near real time. And this near real time is based on that 60 seconds, right? So you will have to wait for nearly 60 seconds in order for you to view your data, right? So this is not a real-time processing such as using Lambda functions to send all of your data to Elasticsearch. But if you use Kinesis data streams and Firehose in order to send it to Elasticsearch, then this is going to be a near real-time and not a real-time. It's going to be near real-time where you'll have to wait for at least 60 seconds in order to view your data, right? And you can do something along the lines of log analytics by easily, installing and configuring your Kinesis agent on all of your servers, as well as any kind of container level logs that you would probably send out to CloudWatch. You can also go ahead and send out all of your logs from CloudWatch to Elasticsearch, which is in real time. But if you use Kinesis data Firehose in order to send it to Elasticsearch and visualize with Kibana, that is near real time. So when we saw that particular scenario for in order to send all of our logs from CloudWatch log group to Elasticsearch, we used a Lambda function in order for us to do that. So as and when the log was arriving into the CloudWatch log stream, automatically our Lambda function was looking at that log, taking that log, transforming it, and also applying the filters and then sending it out to Elasticsearch. So that is in real time. But now you can also do one more thing wherein you configure all of your Kinesis agents on your servers, and then you go ahead and watch a particular log file folder or probably the set of log files that you would like to monitor, and then send all of the data to Kinesis data Firehose. And from Firehose, when you send it to Elasticsearch, it's a minimum waiting time of 60 seconds before you see all of your data. And today, when we do the practical, I'll be showing you as to how it works with S3 and not with Elasticsearch, right? So one more use case is security monitoring. So because Firehose supports Splunk as a destination, you can go ahead and capture and send all of your network data and your flow logs into Kinesis data Firehose, where you can use Lambda functions to transform that and also load it into Splunk. So with this, you can go ahead and do any kind of network security monitoring in real time, as well as create any alerts for any kind of threats that arises, right? So this is a really nice scenario because Splunk is a SaaS-based offering. So this Firehose also supports Splunk in order for us to do all of these analysis, right? So some of the features that we got to remember regarding Kinesis data Firehose is it's pretty easy to launch and it's pretty easy to configure. It's very less number of configuration items that you have to do. You can load your data in near real time, which is in 60 seconds, minimum wait time. It automatically scales in order to handle all of your varying data throughput, irrespective of whether it's 10 GB of data that you're sending or 300 TB of data that you're sending. So it is supported for built-in conversion format using AWS Glue that we saw with QuickSight and Athena, right? With the cost analysis that is part of the real-time scenarios section. So there we were using Glue in order to collect all of our metadata and populate it into the Glue data catalog. And then we were using that in order to query all of our data from S3. So it supports, Glue supports us to export all of our data into a different format, which is Apache ORC or Parquet format, in order to save a lot of cost and also get good compression and also better performance. So it also integrates with data transformations using AWS Lambda. So it also supports for multiple data destinations, which we saw right now. And that's important going into the exam for S3 as well as for Kinesis, for Redshift and Elasticsearch as well as Splunk. So you have to remember these 4 destinations. So again, you can go ahead and enable optional automatic encryption by using a key management service KMS key. You can use the AWS managed key, or you can go ahead and present your own customer managed key. And you can also go ahead and look at the metrics for any kind of monitoring performance for your Firehose that you set up. It's also called as a delivery stream, right? And then you can go ahead and look at its pay-as-you-go pricing model, which is one of its really good features because you don't have to pay anything to get started with Firehose. It's a monthly bill that you pay for using Firehose and the data that you stream through Firehose. Right? So now let's just look at the same architecture diagram that we looked at when we spoke about data streams and analytics. So let's just look at this once. So we have all of our producers who are producing data into the Kinesis data stream. And then we have Lambda function that is going ahead and processing all of your data before sending it to data analytics. And then over here, we are configuring an in-application stream, which allows us to do that real-time analytics over there using SQL queries and so on. And we have detected our SQL schema over there. And then from there on, we are sending it to a destination. And this destination is nothing but another Kinesis data stream. And then from this output stream, we are sending all of our data into Kinesis Data Firehose. And over here also, you have the optional of choosing another Lambda function in order to transform your data into different formats or to send it to different destinations. But then the default 4 destinations that are supported by Kinesis Data Firehose at this point of time of recording this lecture is that we have S3 buckets, we have Amazon Redshift, we have Amazon Elasticsearch Service, as well as Splunk, right? So now the next thing that we are going to do right now is going ahead and configuring this. So we have already configured it till this output stream with Kinesis Data Analytics, but now I'm going to show you as to how to configure Kinesis Data Firehose. So I'm in my Kinesis Firehose page. So you can see over here, I already have a stream that I have configured, but then I'm going to go ahead and create a new stream, and I'm going to show you as to how to do that. So let's click on create delivery stream. So you can choose the delivery stream a name. So I'm just going to call this as my delivery stream 2. You have to choose a source for your delivery stream, whether you're going to do any direct put to this using, any kind of Kinesis agent or the producer library, which you can directly input all of your data into Kinesis Data Firehose. But right now, for us, our input is going to be another Kinesis data stream, which is our output stream, because from our sample stream, it is going into Kinesis Data Analytics. And then from there, it's going to the output stream through that in-application stream that we created called as the temp stream in the previous lecture. And this output stream is going to have all of our data. And from this output stream, we are going to send all of our data to Kinesis Data Firehose in order to persist it into S3, right? So let's click on next. So you can see over here, you can transform your source records using Lambda, where you have to give a Lambda function ARN, or you probably choose your Lambda function in this respective region. You can convert your record format, but if you enable this, you'll have to choose your glue region as well as your database table and the table version in order for you to convert it into a different format, which is Apache Parquet or ORC format. So right now we are going to keep it in the disabled state, but you can go ahead and try that out. It's exciting. So the next thing that we are going to do is we are going to choose a destination. So for right now, we are going to choose S3 as our destination, but you can see over here, we can choose Redshift to be one of our destinations, Elasticsearch Service to be one of our destinations, as well as Splunk to be one of our destinations. So this is all in near real time. It's not in real time. It's near real time. So minimum of 60-second wait time is there. So let's choose S3 right now. So it shows you in this diagram as to how the data flow occurs. So all of your process records, from your source records, if processing fails, it's going to go to error path in your S3 bucket. But if your processing succeeds, it's going to go to a different path. So based on which you will have to choose a different prefix in S3, right? So I'm going to choose the S3 bucket. Probably I'm going to create a new one. You have created a new S3 bucket. And the prefix that I want to give over here is the data prefix for all of my proper data, and the error prefix for any kind of error that happens, right? So at least we'll be able to troubleshoot. So now you can see over here, it specifically mentions over here that the buffer conditions, only if they are met, then only your data will be sent. So whichever buffer condition is met first will decide as to how quickly your data is going to go into S3. But then you can see over here, the buffer interval by default is set as 300 seconds, which is 5 minutes, but we are going to set it to 60 seconds, which is the minimum. And the buffer size I'm going to go with is 1 MB, right? So whichever of this is met first, automatically your data is going to be delivered into S3, right? So you can choose the S3 compression format, whichever format you want to go with. But right now I've disabled it, but you can go with zip or gzip or any other compression format, because once your data is residing in S3, then you can do any other kind of pipelines from there, right? So as and when data arrives in S3, you can trigger a Lambda function, which can do multiple other things, right? Or probably send out an SMS notification, or send it out to an SQS queue. And from your SQS queue, you can again subscribe a Lambda function in order to do some other processing. So there are so many different combinations when your data is entering into S3, right? So again, for error logging, we have enabled it. You can give tags as well as provide an IAM role. So when you click on this, it's going to take you to a new tab where you have to provide an IAM role for Kinesis Data Firehose in order to read your data from the data stream as well as deliver your data into S3. So you can just look at the policy document over here. It's going to give you all of the necessary information, right? And once you have chosen this, click on allow and go ahead and click on next. Your review screen will be there, and click on create delivery stream. So I've already created delivery stream for myself. And when you click on this delivery stream, you'll be able to see all of the details regarding this. And you can see that I have disabled both converting the record format as well as transforming. But then you can see the source record as S3 backup also we haven't enabled. But the S3 destination is this my delivery stream output, this particular bucket, right? And the CloudWatch error logging is enabled. And you can see over here under the monitoring tab, we will have some metrics regarding Firehose. So for this is for the last 1 hour, I don't have any, but for the last 6 hours, I may have some data, right? The reason is because I sent at least 2.6 KB of, that is around 2 MB of data into S3. Right? So you can see there is some data over here. And regarding tags, you can see we haven't associated any tags, but it's always good to associate tags. Regarding encryption, I haven't enabled server-side encryptions, but you can go ahead and enable it. So again, over here, Amazon S3 logs, you can see the log group has been enabled over here. This log group is there in CloudWatch, where you can go ahead and look at if there is any record regarding your Kinesis data stream, whether the delivery was successful or whether there are any errors and so on. So you'll be able to view that in CloudWatch. Okay. So now let's go ahead and test this out. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go ahead and send the data into the Kinesis data stream called as the sample stream using the producer.sh file, which we already saw in the first lecture. And from there on, it's going to go through the Kinesis data analytics application, and then it's going to be delivered onto my output stream. And that output stream has been configured as the input for Kinesis data Firehose. And from Firehose, it is going all the way to S3, right? So if you had to reiterate that architecture and look at it once more, so what we are going to achieve over here is we are sending all of our data into Kinesis data stream using the producer.sh file. From there, it's going to go to the Kinesis data analytics, and you can do any kind of real-time analytics using that application that you have set up. And then you can go ahead and send it out to an output stream, which we have done it, which is called as the output stream. And then from here on, it's going to go to the Kinesis data Firehose, because this is the output stream is the input for Kinesis data Firehose. And from here on, it's going to go to an S3 bucket. So let's run that script first, and let's see how it works. So again, it's going to send all of your data. And now all of your data is going to go through this Kinesis data stream into the data analytics application in real time. And it's going to go and go to the destination of the data stream, which is called as the output stream. And then from here on, it's going to go to the Kinesis data Firehose. So when you look at the data stream over here, you have the output stream, which is in the active status. So all of our data is going through the output stream into the delivery stream, which is Kinesis data Firehose, in order to send it to this destination. So I'm right now in the S3 console. I do have this file from when I tested it out at 7:57 today, GMT. So let's look at whether another file has been delivered. So we'll have to wait for a minimum of 60 seconds, but you can see that it has partitioned this data based on the respective year, month, and the date. And again, so it has specified this. So we'll have to wait for at least 60 seconds for us to see if our data has been delivered. So we'll just wait. Yeah. Okay, so it took at least a minute or two. So once the script stopped running, you can see over here, it has created one more partition for us. And within this, you can see that we have 3 files over here. So now let's just open up one file, and let's download this file, and let's look at it. So let's go ahead and download this file. Let's open it up. You can see that we see all of our data till 40 over here. And then let's go ahead and download the next file. Let's open that up. You can see the next set over here till 82. And then it has automatically created one more file for us where we have the rest of the data. So all of this data is being sent to us within 60 seconds or so, once we have started sending all of our data into the sample stream. And then it goes through the Kinesis data analytics application. From there on, it goes to the output stream. And then from the output stream, we are sending it to Firehose and then sending it out to S3, right? So this is something that I wanted to show you today regarding how Firehose works. But then feel free to use Lambda functions for any kind of transformation and see how that works. But these are all the things that you need to know regarding the Solutions High-Tech Associate exam that you would probably attend after going through this entire course. Right? So I'll catch you tomorrow with Kinesis video streams and as well as AWS recognition. So thank you for attending today's class, and have a nice day. Bye-bye.